Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Outlaw Troopers Season 10 is here and we are ready to start rolling with it. Technically, at the time of this recording, we are in the preseason, but probably by the time you're watching this, we'll be either right at the point where the season's going to launch. I wanted to go ahead and do a video focusing on the new items that are happening here in Season 10, let you know the differences. If it's your first time jumping in, you'll get a high-level overview of the game itself. If you're a seasonal player but haven't had a chance to take a look through the leaks or the details or play the preseason, this will let you know all the different things that are happening here in Season 10 that weren't available in Season 9 or vice versa, weren't available at some point. So we'll go through all those details. I'm going to start with a few sneak peeks that I'm not going to quite show you in the game, and then we're going to go ahead and dive into the preseason game where I'll show you all the details, all the changes that have happened between Season 9 and Season 10. Before we jump into the video, I know I have to do everyone's least favorite part of the video and let you know this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word or anything that's said in this video as financial advice or advice in any way. I'm just a gamer playing a game and reviewing games as part of this. I am not telling you to jump into any project or anything along those lines. Do your own research, make sure it's right for you. Go ahead and pause this video and read this thoroughly before we jump into it. All right, so let's get back to the video. So let's go ahead and dive into it. As far as Season 10 goes, it is going to kick off here on December 12th at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So technically, it'll probably be kicked off by the time you're watching this. At the time of the recording, it's a little more than a day away. So again, what you're going to see as far as in the game is the preseason, not the actual season. So it's subject to minor tweaks here and there between now and the season kickoff. So let's talk about some of the items that have changed. As far as a reminder goes, there is the rental system that was released here in Season 9, where you can go ahead and rent these really elite, like top level characters and gears. They are kind of pricey, at least from what I saw in Season 2. I'm sorry, not Season 2, Season 9. So if you're interested, if you're really trying to compete at the high level to get the really good prizes, or you need a boost right at the end of the season, these are great additions that will help you really succeed during that time frame that you have them rented. So I wanted to remind you that they're in the vault. In the vault, there's a section that you can go ahead and select rentals. The other items I wanted to show you is there's now going to be limited time competitions. You're going to have the normal season competition. You're going to have the normal weekly competitions, the daily competitions. Now they're doing a seasonal one. The one that we're showing here, and I'll show you actually in the game, is there's a first to tier 60. And there are some crazy rewards for those of you that can sprint straight to 60 and get there and claim your prize. I'll show you all the details, at least from the pre-season stance. But it's another thing you can go ahead and compete and try and get some rewards for. In addition to that, I also wanted to show you that there are 2 new gears this season. You have the Graviton thruster and then the War Strike. They're both available in games. They're both the elite style. So be aware of that you can go ahead and go for those if you're looking for one of the elite NFT blends that's out there. So you can go ahead and check that out. But let's get into the stuff that you really want to see in the preseason, in the game. As you can see at the time of the recording, if you look down here, it is 10:24 a.m. on the 11th. So we technically, at time of the recording, have 1 day and 35 minutes until the season kicks off. So let's go ahead and jump into the preseason, and I'll show you some of the changes that are happening in the game. The tutorial that you have to go through every season is similar. You can see some very inflated items down here. Again, this is the preseason, so they give you a whole bunch of these for free just to test things out and help them kind of troubleshoot. Plus, it gives you familiar with the game. So if you're for Season 11, highly encourage you to check out the preseason if you want to go ahead and test some stuff out. So let's go ahead and kick it off there with the leaderboards. This is the temporary competition that I mentioned. If you go here, you're normally looking in the seasons to see how you're placing so far. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom on the left here, you're going to see the limited blend tourneys. This one that's showing here is the first to tier 60. And they're giving a whole bunch of great prizes as far as limited gear. These are the items, the limited gear blends. Those are the elite ones that I just talked about. If you can get to 60 super quick, Let's just check it out. Within the top 13 are going to go ahead and get a limited edition version of that. Then we have the mega quits, and all the way down, like let's go all the way down. The top 50 are going to get some sort of reward. So if you're able to get to tier 60, one of the 50th places, first 50th places, you're going to get some decent rewards. Some of the really good ones are 25 and above or 26 and above. So just wanted to go ahead and shout that out there. Some of the other things that you want to see or take a look at, for example, upgrading is a little bit different than it has been in the past seasons. They've continued to reduce the number of things that you can go ahead and upgrade. They're still very critical items. Some of the things that you'll see here right away is as far as the number of gears that you can use, that spending or that score that you have, and I'll show you more about that here shortly, that you have to go ahead to be able to use higher tier gear. That has been removed from the upgrades. That actually levels up as you go through the expeditions, and I'll show you that. You'll see some of the other things like your number of automated runs that you can do per day has been removed also. I think it caps at 5 now. So lots of changes. Your companions can still get upgraded. This, as far as your credit ratio, that's essentially your rewards that you're going to get. That is there. And then a few other, the gear upgrades and then the robot upgrades are still available within here. So I wanted to show you some of those changes that are happening there. Also wanted to show you a new selection in my account. If you go to my account and you go down to NFT collections, this is a neat addition. It's not super critical, but it's a neat addition to see what you have as far as each of the items go. And most people are going to have troops. They're going to have gears. These are the NFT gears, not the gears that you have in game. You have some robots. You see I have quits here. I don't have a space station, but some of you might. Planet-related stuff. You can see I have a deed here. So it essentially gives you all the NFTs and shows you what you currently have. The thing that I thought was neat that I completely missed, and I've been playing this game for seasons now, is the badges. The badges are pretty cool because each season, and I'll show you how to earn the badges, each season gives you badges if you complete a number of challenges that give you rewards. For example, season 2, they give you armor and shields. Season 3, it gave you less corruption. Season 4, it gave you life force, which is critical now because you exchange life force for FGL. All different things that you can go ahead and scroll through here. And if you click on any of them, it takes you right to Atomic Hub, where you can go ahead and grab one of those if you don't already have one of those. And if anyone from Wombat's watching, can we get rid of this? It keeps popping up for me, and I think it's because I have the plug in there, but it's annoying. I digress. Let's get back to the topic at hand. But badges can be very helpful and very important. One of the ways that you can get badges, and this has been in for seasons, so this is not one of the new items. It's just something I realized as I was going through the preseason that I was missing. The challenges, if you go ahead and complete a number of these challenges and you earn points as you're going through, you'll go ahead and get some of these badges, and you'll also get additional rewards as you're going through. So this is something I may push for this season. I didn't do it a lot in the past because I didn't really, I don't know. I just overlooked it. But I may go ahead and push for that this season. I think this will be pretty neat. Maybe I'll do some updates throughout the season, but I'm going to try and push through some of this. So let's see how that goes. But that's one thing that's different as far as the NFT collection, how you can go ahead and check it out and get your badges so you can get some additional rewards throughout the season. The biggest changes that really happen this season are in the encounters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dive in the encounters. The robot encounters are very similar to the past, other than some visuals. But the normal encounters have the most changes that I saw so far as I was digging through. First of all, you can see right here, as you open up different items throughout the game, you get different bonuses throughout the game. So understand that as you're going through and you're clearing different tiers, you're going to get different bonuses. As you're getting more reputation, you're going to get different bonuses. As you complete more robot encounters, you get different bonuses. So understand that as you're going through this, it's trying to expand what you're playing. Make sure you're playing the whole game to get the full rewards that you may or may not want. The other thing is the gear score. As you can see here, the gear score is dependent on the ones that you're opening up. You no longer pay artifacts to go ahead and upgrade this to get additional gear scores. You just go, you play the game, continue to get reputation levels, you continue to get the tiers as far as these completed, and then it's just going to give you the bonus, the gear, so you can go ahead and use higher tiers and more tier gear. So let's go ahead and continue through this. I'm going to go ahead and select 8 because I have not completed that yet. And you're going to see another big change here. You see the map layout. If I've completed a tier, I have the ability to go ahead and re-roll the map layouts if I choose to do so. If you have not completed the tier, you cannot change it. It's a predetermined layout that you're going to have to go ahead and compete. I guess they were having an issue with last year where last season, people were going through the process. If they needed to open a new tier, they're zooming through and using keys to go ahead and find the easiest path for the new tiers to go ahead and complete those. They've eliminated that this time. So be aware of that also. So let's go ahead and select encounter. I am in the preseason right now. So let me go ahead and remind you that I'm in the preseason. I do not have these NFTs. I don't. But with the preseason, you can go ahead and test them out to see if there's any ones that you like. So understand that as we're going through this. Also in the preseason that you don't have during the regular season, you have access to all of these, which you normally don't have access to during the regular season. So you can go ahead and test those out to see if there's ones that you like in there. So let me go ahead. Like I said, when I click on this, you can see my score is higher. So I can actually start putting more of these guys in there. I don't have enough for that one yet. But as I continue to go through, I'll be able to upgrade those. So now let's go ahead and show you the actual encounter, some of the new encounter changes that are in here now. First of all, you can see it right away. It is now full window. It's a lot closer, so you can see a lot of the details. It's pretty much a zoomed in version of it, which is nice. You have all the menus here. You have the auto, which goes along with one of the higher tier NFTs. If I go ahead and select through here as I'm going through, you skip through those, you're getting reputation as you're going through each of them. And then when we actually get to this, you're going to see a number of things. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump right to this to try and keep it as minimal as possible. If I go ahead and select on that, you're going to see a whole bunch of things down here. This is new. As far as the enemy lists go, you can actually jump between enemies instead of clicking on here. So if you take a look here and you see the Overseer and that's your priority, you can go ahead and click on that and you'll go ahead and attack that guy first. You can see I have this on auto, so it's automatically going ahead and doing the different things. It's your choice depending on the hero or the trooper that you have in there. I just happen to have a trooper that does that. But this is the main thing that you're going to see that's different. Also, the overall look of this. You can see I cleared it. I got the reputation. So that's now available as far as an option as far as clearing tiers go. You can actually switch through the different enemies through that little menu that was down there. What you can also see here is you can see the nodes, the enemy types. So you can go ahead and see what kind of enemies are going to be in each of the tiers. So if I go ahead and click on 8, you can see the different types of enemies that are going to be available. Also the dominators, it gives you the dominators that are there and what their specialties are. And then the trovers that are there also. But this becomes helpful as far as the enemy types and the dominator types. To give you an idea of what you're walking into, you may adjust gear depending on what's available out there. If I go ahead and click on 9, you can go ahead and see I have the different enemy types. Certain gear works better against certain enemies. So you can go ahead and use some of your strategy there. That'll help quite a bit. This is all new also, which was not available previously. Another part that is new this season is you can go ahead and see that there are different locations up here. You actually have the ability to get fragments as you're going through encounters. These fragments can go ahead and be blended into different things. So if you go ahead and get 10 of the sandstorm fragments, you have the ability to go ahead and roll and blend different items. It's just an added depth to the game. So you can go ahead and potentially farm different areas and different regions to try and get the fragments that are out there. So that's a new item within the game itself also. And I wanted to go ahead and show you the instant auto clear, because I know a lot of people do that. You can go ahead and see that it is capped at 5 now. It was initially capped at 5. They moved it down to 3, allowing you to upgrade to, I think it was 7. And now they removed that ability to upgrade. So it's now at a cap of 5. So you can use it 5 times a day, which is great. So that is available now. A few other things that I wanted to note, some may be minor, some may be major. If you used to go to the trait section, there was an access pass details up here. Essentially, if you bought the lowest one, and it was like 1,000 FGL at the beginning of the season, you got diamonds and you got a number of other things throughout the days. Like every day you got something, plus you got bonuses. That has completely been removed. The reason for that is because there was a disparity between those that could afford the access pass and those that couldn't, which was impacting the leaderboard. So the team decided it was best to go ahead and remove that whole thing. In addition to that, as far as the ship terminal, you'll notice a small change here. The first couple still cost the coins. The last 2 are going to cost artifacts now. So it's not like, I think it was like a 50 million or somewhere around 100 million, somewhere in that area for these top 2 types of ships. Those have now been completely switched over to artifacts. So be aware of that when you're going ahead and playing. And a few other minor items include things like there's the rewards that you get for certain arcs have been reduced a little bit, and there's been some balancing changes that have gone out throughout the season. I also wanted to mention, I forgot to mention this earlier, as far as how you get these fragments, it's from killing dominators. Every time you kill a dominator, you have a small chance of them dropping a fragment, so you can go ahead and use that as far as these blends go. So those are the major changes. As I mentioned, the main change has been focused on normal encounters to make that a little bit more user-friendly, a little more fun. A lot of other minor changes throughout the overall game itself. If you have any questions or you think I missed any items, go ahead and please comment down below. I'll be happy to make sure that those are included in future videos. I hope you all have a great day, and good luck to everybody that's playing Outlaw Troopers Season 10. I'll be there, so let's go ahead and compete and see who gets higher on the leaderboard. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.